Hello, I'm JX Editor, and this is a breakdown of a shot that I released on YouTube either today if you're watching this on Patreon or last week if you're watching this on YouTube. Most of the work on this shot was done with an algorithm-based animation software that I've used on a couple videos called Absinthe, which will take an image and analyze a video, then animate the image based off of the data it got from the video. And so what I wanted to do was remove the background from the original shot, which is this. And so what I did was I exported the entire sequence as PNG files to this folder that I called old. See, I have, every time I use Absinthe, I isolate each shot that I'm going to change as an individual folder, and in each folder, I put 3 subfolders labeled key, new, and old. Old is where I export the PNG sequence. Then I will take one of these images and copy it over into key, and then I'll edit it. As you can see, this is just a really rough removal of the background so I don't mess with Kylo's hair. The thing about this planet and Tatooine, they're not that different, so I could be a little rough with the outline. So then what I did was I selected the keyframe in Absinthe, as well as the original video. I set the keyframe as you can see here, 92. Told it could stop here at 92, and told it not to stop until I hit 0. Then I set it to export to the new folder, and then I hit synth. I'm not going to do that because I've already done it. Now, the thing about Absinthe is it's not perfect, and so while it did isolate the shape of Kylo Ren, the finer details were lost. His face totally glitches out, and we get a bit of the background glitching in. So, of course, the first thing I wanted to do was fix Kylo Ren's face, and the easiest way to do that was to pull it from the original. And so I just did a rough outline of Kylo Ren in the original shot. Also, for some reason, Absinthe kind of warped Kylo's positioning a little, and so I had to use motion keyframes to kind of stabilize where his face was. This is what just the isolated part looks like. And this is what the two of them merged look like. So yeah, not bad. Honestly, kind of usable. But I did want to get rid of the bit of the background that was coming in, or at least most of it, enough of it. And so what I did was I copied this into its own sequence, and so that way I could bring it into the sequence in which I want to play it, and then treat it as its own clip instead of 2 separate clips. More specifically, its own clip instead of 93 individual images. So once I had it on the main sequence, I did a rough outline of the parts I wanted to get rid of. So yeah, that was pretty much done. The next thing I wanted to do was the background, and so I just compiled some images from Google and made this. I colored it to fit more with Kylo Ren's original background while still also matching the color scheme of Tatooine at the end of Rise of Skywalker. However, it wasn't until I couldn't really edit the background anymore that I realized I really wanted the skyline lower than it was. So you see a big chunk of the screen is missing here. And so I just took the image and stretched it and then layered the same image on top to stretch the sky. And so the final shot is this. I think it looks really good. It's not perfect, but fan edits rarely are. I'll probably keep working on this as I continue with this project, but until then, that'll conclude this breakdown. Before I go, I just wanted to give a quick shout out to Jace Flemmer. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. They are my first Patreon support. Thanks a million. For those of you who want to support this channel, my Patreon can be found in the description of the YouTube video.